Hello, very good afternoon, racing folks. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the great Mysore mini gambling den center, folks. For a very simple equation here, folks. 30% the surface form counts, another 30% the paddock fitness, and the rest, the most important aspect, is the betting last minute, then the middle betting odds, and the final odds. And luckily they announced, but now it is expensive for most of you because it's 1,000 rupees a day to watch. So you can come live on my channel. I'll be telling you the odds fluctuating. Bhav is Bhagwan, as they call it, this sort of centers. Not my Hoshiari, not your Hoshiari, not any other handicapper's Hoshiari. At least it's good in one way that the intent is clear. Not that all the horses that get bet down wins, but at least you have some sort of idea that they are quote unquote on job, so to speak. Very strange phenomena, but that's what it is, folks. Anyway, the other news I have is this Galahad, Prana, and Touch of Grey, they all left yesterday by a float. So this traveling, some horses love traveling, most of them hate traveling. They shit in the van, they sweat, all kinds of drama. I worked with Santa Anita in Los Angeles. We had three race courses: Hollywood Park, Santa Anita, and Del Mar. So I know the pain and agony transporting the horses. It's a big drama, folks. Very difficult to get them on the float, then on the outside the float, then their stalls. It's a big mess kind of stuff. So watch the body weights of these three horses, which will be the, I think, first, second, third favorite. This is the million race I'm talking about. Anyways, folks, this first day, any center for me personally, which I advise you should follow, is bet very small amount. I basically observe the racetrack condition, the timing, etc. Especially first few races, class 5B. As it is, the center is class 5B. On top of it, you got bet on 5B. It's a big no-no for me. Doesn't make any sense because the horses are very, very average, mediocre. They may look good, they may have a form, but they don't necessarily run that way. So, um, anyways, going straight to the races, folks. The first race, the Lavasa Plate Division 2, 1400 meters, first race at 2 o'clock. It's handicap horses 0 to 25, class 5. Just ignore, folks. It is no point to me telling you also this horse and that horse. Just watch the betting rate. Somebody from 6 to 1 will become 2 to 1 and he'll win by 2 lengths. Anyway, second race, folks, is the BK Krishna Devaraj Urs Memorial Trophy 1200-meter race. All races have, folks, 3 or 4 or more contenders on the surface form. Out of that, 2 will become negative. 2 to 1 horse will become 6 to 1 and the 4 to 1 will become 1.5. So you have to watch odds like a hawk. There is a horse called Super Ruffian. Neil Downey trains, Anthony Raj rides. He won very impressively. He used to look very good, but I gave up because he didn't run. But then again, when the bucks come up, he won very impressively. And then there is a horse called Chisox. Now Chisox is running at a 50 kg. He is a very speedy character, but he has a very high knee action, folks. He goes up like this, like this. If nobody challenges, he can win. But this high knee action, if somebody challenges, then they don't. Because a lot of energy and precious seconds get wasted. An average horse in a 1,000-meter race does this up and down 100 times. So you can imagine how many precious seconds goes away. Then there is an horse called Extraordinary. He does look out of ordinary in the paddock. but it's great Sharat Kumar's horse. So if the bucks come extraordinary, may run extraordinary, otherwise he'll run ordinary. That's how it is. There's a reliable horse, I've made a lot of money, his horse called Spiritual Force. Unfortunately, he's less than 400 kilos, but he always runs his races honestly. He always comes in place. Uh, and there is sky fire. And so every race book has some characters in the race. So you have to kind of uh, see the betting trend on. The race number 3, the Star of Mysore Trophy, 1400 meters, class 3. Class 3 race is always competitive, as I have been telling. This one no exception to that rule. There is a good old Sir Calculus. I know this horse inside, upside, outside, down. He needs lead. Very simple. He gets lead, he'll win. Otherwise, no. Then there is Braxton, who's also a very good horse. And then there is Land of Gold, who is not that consistent. But the money comes on him. And there is again great Sharat Kumar's horse called Ironclad, who won in Class 5B, but he is running at a magic number of mine, 50 kilos. At this 50 kilos, folks, they don't run. They just fly. Uh, last week there was a horse of 50 kilos. The odds went up to 3.5. AK was riding. He won quite impressively, Derby contender probably. Anyway, the race number 4, folks, His Highness Shri Jai Shah Maharaj Vadiyar Memorial Trophy for 1200 meters. Good horses running here, folks. There's a horse called O Hansini, but she needs a very fast pace, which she may get it because there are some speedy characters in here. There is Polish Girl, Rajesh Naredu horse, who won very impressively on the last day, and he was running after a long layoff. Nonetheless, he ran very good. Vinod Shinde knows the horse, that's why no Suraj or what's his name, the jockey, Naredu, he doesn't ride, only Vinod Shinde rides, and that's why we get some good odds also. Then there is Wild Spell, who's also very speedy, and then there is Galactical. So as I told you, every race has there's Aster also. So you have to be very very careful betting. Now the feature race, folks. The race number 5, the Shrikant Datta Narasimha Raja Vadiyar Memorial Multimillion, 1400 meters. The race, just like last time, this Touch of Grey and Prana. Touch of Grey is a very nice horse. The luck of the race would be very important here. Prana also very nice horse, Prasanna Kumar. Trevor rides him. Touch of Grey, Yash Naredu, his draw is 9. That is the only thing. And then there is that Nazia. Nazia is not shade below these characters, but the biggest advantage Nazia is running at 50 kilos, folks. So again, as I told you, they fly at that 50 kilos. She may place. As I told you, these characters came in a float, so you have to be very careful. If the body weights are announced, you look into it. The race number 6, the Lavasa Plate Division 1, 1400 meters. Again, it's a bloody class 5 race. But there are one or two horses as a decent form. There's a horse called Fearless Joey. He is a 3-year-old, youngest in the bunch, I think. He could be, he's a small each way, Naredu. He's a very well bred horse, speaking of which, heaven is here. Star Azim ran decent last time, but he's a 7-year-old. But in Mysore, the 7, 8, 9 years old, they all run pretty decent. But anyways, 5B. Then there is Elite Agent, Narayan Gowda's horse, Angad right, but the draw is number 12. So, anyways, I don't bet class 5, and neither do I. Race number 7, folks, is the Varada Plate 1100 meters, class 4. This one horse was on my radar this Yasmin from York, Bobby's horse, and this Ramnandan Manji. He has become a good this gambling trainers put him on, and he wins. He gets a 4 kilo allowance also. I the Mind has been very disappointed kind of horse. He's a good horse, but don't run two races like. And then there is Facets of Life. He's by MPR, not my favorite sire of all the sires. But he also runs one good, that is nature of this MPR character. But I think the race would be between safekeeping of number 1, 2 and 3. Anyways, all said and done, folks. I don't want to name any horses because if I say and that he becomes 6-1, then it's so-called negative and so-called not on job. So please watch odds if you not cannot pay. Even Mysore is $1,000 now. So do come live on my more than 300 people come live. I can tell you the odds fluctuating. One of my friend has that betting odd thing. It should be working from tomorrow for sure. Thanks for watching. Gamble sensibly. Welcome to Mysore. Bye bye.